New York agrees to congestion pricing and a mansion tax in $175 billion budget deal. Albany U. After weeks of INTR party bickering, the New York State Legislature and government. Andrew M. In typical fashion for a state capital known for its peculiar and sometimes dysfunctional habits, the deal was announced after midnight by a 5-page news release. But that rollout, the lawmakers were set to vote on the budget later Sunday. Chief among the new policies was the first such plan in the nation, and one that is likely to affect the habits of millions of New Yorkers and tourists who work and play in Manhattan. Under the plan, the agreement also calls for an overhaul of the agency that oversees New York City's bus and subway system, the Metropolitan Transportation Authority. The agency has the budget, which is due April 1st, also typically contains many non-fiscal policies, and this year was no exception, including a raft of changes to the state's criminal justice system. The state will eliminate cash bail for most misdemeanors and nonviolent crimes, though it will not be completely eliminated as sought by some of the legislature's more liberal members. Lawmakers missed the compromise on bail, which came after law enforcement officials expressed concerns about the total elimination of such a system, is one of many that appear in the budget. Another is the so-called pied-ter tax, an annual recurring tax on second homes worth $5 million or more. Although the tax a plan in the state was also included in the budget, but it makes a fee on paper bags optional, which some environmentalists worry will lessen the popularity of reusable bags. Mr. Cuomo trumpeted several other accomplishments, including a permanent property tax cap of 2%, something he had said was non-negotiable. At the same time, Mr. Cuomo, who has been criticized for participating in big money fundraisers, also announced a commission to study and implement the idea of providing up to $100 million annually in public financing for campaigns for legislative and statewide offices, including his own. What exactly the negotiations over the budget were the first of Mr. Cuomo's more than 8 years in office in which he dealt with an all-Democratic legislature, and came at a time of increased financial stress for the state, which in recent months. That stress.
Raindrop, drop top, smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park pot.